Good morning, Class 5. For today's grammar and English lessons, we're going to be recapping adjectives, and also you're going to be writing your own story today based on the video that you will watch later on. So a quick recap of what an adjective is. It's a word that tells us more about a noun. It's a describing word. So for example, soft pillow, lost dog. But as you are in year 5, I do expect you to be using more powerful adjectives. So your first task before you do your sheet today is to go onto thesaurus.com and find some synonyms for scared, loud and dark that you could use in your story to make it more exciting. That's your first task. Should only take you a couple of minutes. Once you've done that, you then need to complete your sheet that is in your pack. Once you've done that, unpause the video and then we will start your English for today. Okay, so for English today you are going to write a story, and the first thing that you need to do is watch the video on Literacy Shed. It's the video The Lighthouse. I did try and put it so that I could screen record, but the screen record went off, so I won't be able to show it you on this video. But all you need to do is pause it, type into Google Literacy Shed The Lighthouse, and the video comes up. It's the first one. Once you've watched it, start this video again. So we need to think of what the beginning, the middle and the end was. You need a clear beginning, middle and end. So at the beginning of the story, the man, let's make that a bit bigger. Man is sat in the lighthouse. Hears people laughing and gets distracted. Okay, and then what happens after that? He hears a noise coming from upstairs and runs to see what has happened. Okay, so we've got our clear beginning, middle and we'll do the end now. So what happens at the end? The villagers realise that the light has gone out and come to save him. I'll just make that a bit bigger so that you can see that. Okay, so we've got our clear beginning, middle and end there, and it's really important that you do that to sort of get your idea for your plan. So I'm going to read you an example that I have written, just so that you know the sort of language and the sentence structure that I expect from you guys today. It is a longer piece of writing today, so I do expect more than half a page. Standing tall over the edge of a cliff was a brightly beaming lighthouse, the most prominent part of the village. Stressed and anxious, the lighthouse keeper was trying desperately to write a letter, but the villagers were clearly distracting him. He slammed the window shut with an almighty force. However, the wind was that strong it forced the window back open and blew out his only light source, his candle. That's when everything started to go wrong. He was alerted to a worrying sound and wanted to find out what was happening. That's when he realised that the cogs had stopped working and the light had broken. Panic-stricken and frantic, he sprinted up the narrow spiral staircase to try and fix it. As he peered out of the window, he saw the boat coming closer and closer, but it was about to hit the sharp, jagged rocks. Desperately trying to find light, he held up a light bulb, but he dropped it and glass shattered everywhere. What he didn't know was that the villagers had noticed the light had gone out and were already on their way to help. He opened the door and gasped in shock and delight, because all of the villagers had their lanterns with them and helped to guide the boat away from the rocks, and it turned swiftly away, ending what could have been a catastrophe. Okay, so what you need to think about in your writing, making exciting vocabulary choices. Think about the verbs that you looked at yesterday, the adjectives that you've looked at today. Also think about how you can get some figurative language in there, the personification, similes, metaphors. I also want you to think about using parentheses to add extra information. We've done lots of that in class and you've had some examples in your previous packs. So using your brackets, dashes or commas, and also starting your sentences in different ways. So above the clouds with a distraught look on his face, out of nowhere. If you have another look at mine, I've used my two adjectives, stressed and anxious, panic-stricken and frantic. I've used an adverb to start, desperately. Okay, so that's what I want to see in your writing. So when you're ready, pause the video, or you can stop the video because this is the end of the video for today. And again, I would love to see some examples of the stories that you've written. Good luck, guys.